bragging, you gotta wait. Ain't no capping, I'm on a date. Money on my mind, it gotta stay. Yeah, I'm on my grind, I can't relate. Chasing dreams, yeah, there's no delay. Why you laughing? No time to play. Showing love, yeah, no need to hate. I'm on time now, I'm never late.
Okay, so as you can see by the title below, I'm pretty sure some of you guys are probably surprised that I'm even making this video this late in the game, but you would still be pretty surprised of how much people ask me this question. They want to get better at Demon Slayer, they want to get good at Demon Slayer, they want to play against me and to show off their skills. So like I said, this video is basically going to sum up how to become a top player in Demon Slayer, how to improve. Now this is the formula I use, and you could use this for pretty much any fighting game, but since you're looking directly to how to get better at Demon Slayer, you came to the right place. So I'm just going to start off the bat with step number 1. Now step number 1 is basically pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Is basically learn your character if you're using a demon, and learn the game mechanics. Now Demon Slayer is not a complex game, so obviously the mechanics are pretty self-explanatory. You got your regular skill, you have your tilt skill, you have your parry, you have your guard skill, you also have your boost, your ultimate. Of course, with this game's own unique mechanic as well, you have the push block, and you also can surge if you have 2 bars. So basically that's the basic overall of the game. Once you learn these mechanics, you pretty much are good to go straight into the match. Now for your character, now this is very important. No matter if your character is meta or not, or strong or not, you should want to learn your character. You pretty much need to know the optimal combos. I think that's pretty obvious. First, you want to at least learn the optimal combos first, so when you do make contact with your opponent, you know it's gonna hurt them. The most they can get hurt with your character that you're using. And yeah, pretty much you just want to learn your character, see what their flaws are against, who they can go against, who they can't go against, and stuff like that. And you'll learn the matchup that way as the more you play the game. Now we're going to go into the second step, which is pretty important for the overall grind set that you have, that you want to become the best player in the game or top player, etc, etc. Is to stay consistent. This is very important. You got to keep playing the game. You got to play it as much as you can. Now of course there are people who have jobs and whatnot, school and whatnot, but when you have that available time, that free time, you want to put in the work in the game. The more you play, the more experience you'll get, the better you improve over time. You have to keep playing, and you'll literally see your flaws and how you improve over time, like I just said. So just stay consistent. That's pretty much important. You're not gonna get better if you're gonna play twice a week, or basically once a week, and then wonder why you're not improving when you don't even put that much time into the game. Now step number 3 is pretty much self-explanatory as well, but you want to watch high level gameplay and save clips. Now this is very important, and my channel is basically about high level gameplay in general. So you can pretty much watch all of my YouTube videos consistently and see what I do in the matches, overall, to see how I play. Even have a tournament video as well. And basically you just want to watch sets on stream. Like I said, I've always promoted my Discord. I promoted one of my clanmates Discord as well. He hosts tournaments and sets for Demon Slayer. You always want to watch those, because you will literally learn a lot just from watching people that are you consider better than you playing the game. Literally, just because if you already know the basic fundamentals of the game, how your character works, and all the system mechanics in the game, you kind of want to know when to use them, how to use them, and basically that just comes with experience. But you want to at least watch top players, because they'll do something with your character or whatnot that that you didn't know, or they just doing things way better than you. And with that being said, I feel like that's personally one of the best ways to improve yourself in any fighting game, is to watch high level gameplay. So yeah, now we have the next step, which is this is probably the hardest step of them all, is to play against top players or play against players that are better than you. this, of course, a lot of top players, when they are playing the game, they want to play against players that are better than them or equal to them. They don't really like to, I'm at least speaking for me, I'm not really the type of guy to go out of my way to just play a lot of people that are not on my level. I'm always trying to elevate myself. I'm always trying to improve and play the better players, and that's what your mindset should be as well. Now, there are definitely other top players that still play the game that you can ask them for sets or watch their matches, like I said in the last step, but you want to play against them as well, because this will help your experience a lot, because it shows what you're doing wrong and how they play neutral, which in turns will help overall better your neutral as a player. And it don't even have to be a top player, as long as someone, let's say if you're playing ranked matches, right, and you find someone that's constantly beating you, sure, why not add them? You know, instead of being salty about you losing, why not add them as a friend, play them in customs, and then you can see, because a lot of players like on rank aren't even that good, so you will just find like 1% of really good players in Demon Slayer in terms of rank. But yeah, you want to go out your way to ask. Of course, 9 times out of 10, they might not even reply to you, because like I said, the game's kind of dead, but people still ask how to improve in the game, so that's why I'm even doing the video in the first place. But you basically just want to ask better players than you, or who you feel that are better than you, that will you know, you play against them in matches to help you improve overall. I feel like this will help your mindset as well, instead of being salty about losing to what they do. And last but not least, we have the final step, which is pick up meta characters. A lot of people like to complain about the strongest characters in game, how the game is unbalanced, and sure, I complain about that all the time, because we haven't had a balanced patch in over a year. So obviously I want to see different things in the game, and I'm tired of seeing the same things at the top. But until then, I feel like you should at least pick up the tournament winning characters. This is pretty much the tier list you're only going to care about in terms of like the overall meta of the game. And you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people already know this, but if you don't use the top characters, you're going to eventually struggle, because those characters are more consistent and they can get you the best results. If you want to be the best player, you got to pick up the best characters. You're not gonna, it doesn't matter how good you are with mid-tier characters, you're not gonna get that far against people who are using better characters than you, unless it's not even unless anything, you just need to pick up the best characters in the game. If you continue to keep on complaining, you will never improve as a player. So you definitely can have your fun and pick your favorite character in that tier list or whatnot. Of course, sure, go ahead, but when the time comes, you want to at least have 1 or 2 of the top tier characters in your back pocket. For me, I was always a Giyu main in the beginning. I used to complain about demons. I used to dislike demons a lot, and I just had to accept reality that Giyu wasn't meta and he's not that good, and I'm gonna have to pick up better characters to improve myself. Now obviously I'm a top player, so I could use Giyu on a lot of people and they would still lose to my Giyu no matter what character they're on. But when it comes to a player on your level, at the highest level of what all characters can do, Giyu wasn't gonna cut it, so I had to pick up better characters. So yeah, that's pretty much the last step. Pick up a meta character, pick up a Kaza, Susumaru, Zenitsu, Nez, any of those characters. At least have those in your back pocket, because if you're not using them as a demon player or a slayer player, you are selling yourself. So that's pretty much it. I kind of wanted to make it short and simple. Hopefully you guys kind of like understand, like this is kind of like a basic formula to get better in all types of fighting games, but this is what I used personally. Now other people have different routes, and that's fine, but I feel like this is the core like formula that you want to use to improve yourself in Demon Slayer. Now, you know, a lot of people still been asking me how to improve, so here you go. I finally did the video. Hope you guys liked. Please subscribe, and catch you guys in another video.
Not so long ago, there ain't nothing left, and your feelings now seeming so upset. Looking back now, wish we never met. In the mirror now, I keep myself in check, cause every time that I guess, living with the pain always stabbing my chest.